G'day folks, it's the Meeple Monkey here, again with another super professional unboxing video. This time it's for a game called Marvel United X-Men, and this is a game by, I don't know if it's, whether they're both developing it or not, Spin Master Games and Simon or Come On, not sure what the pronunciation for that company is. It's a huge company, but never know what to say there. And the designer is, I think, Andrea Chiarvesio. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but yeah. So and right off the bat, talking about quality, I have to apologize. This is not going to be a true unboxing because I got really excited this morning and opened everything up. So you're not going to see things, you know, as a true unboxing. But if you're just interested in like looking at what's inside the box, and you don't mind it not being, you know, shrink wrapped and all of that sort of stuff on the punch boards, then I hope you enjoy. So check out the back here. So you can see there, it's for, I don't know if you can make that out, but it's 1 to 5 players. I think the original Marvel United was 1 to 4 players, but this sort of adds an extra sort of supervillain mode. I think you could play 1 to 5 or maybe even more with some of the extra expansions in the original Marvel United series. But this one, straight off the bat, the base game is 1 to 5. You can see you've got your heroes here plus some villains, and then these guys are sort of like your sort of, what are they called? Anti-heroes. So you can use them as heroes and villains as well. So let's check out the box. Okay, so here we have the rulebook. So we'll have a nice little look here. So you've got your little sort of overview, some free achievement booklet PDF there you can get into. You've got your components. So all the sort of standard stuff you'd expect. There are some sort of special tokens here that, and we'll take a look at those, but for specific, I guess, bad guys and that sort of thing. Cards, generally the sort of the same from the older game as well, but I think, as we'll see, the heroes tend to have at least one extra sort of special card per hero. They have some sort of starting cards, some of them as well. And then there's these decks of supervillain and superhero cards that I think are introduced in the sort of one versus many mode that allows you to play 1 to 5 players. So there's your setup there. Nope, don't mind the dishwasher going off behind me there. So you've got your setup there, and then the rules are pretty light. There's not, the rule book's not huge. It's pretty basic sort of game. And I think at least in this base mode, there's not a lot of changes between this and the original Marvel United as well. So we'll just have a quick little look here through the book there. Turn sequence, so lots of examples. So even for a simple rules, the rules were, I felt they were pretty good in the original game as well. Not too confusing, not too many sort of grey areas. Challenges, additional rules, so not a lot of extra stuff there. Supervillain modes, that's probably one of the biggest changes. And you've got your solo mode. I think it's named after Professor X, Xavier mode, instead of I think it was it Shield mode or something, the solo mode in the other one. And there you have last page there, so rule summary, so that's nice to have that. Okay, and like I said, yeah, unfortunately, apologies, this is not a proper unboxing, so, but at least I guess you can see what it looks like trying to fit the bits and pieces in. So I think I've got these baggies from elsewhere. I don't think these came with it, but you can see here I've put the different punch and speed and heroic tokens in here, and also the wild ones as well. So there's a bunch in there. Okay. You also have the bad guy sort of health tracker as well. So you stack these up on the bad guys, and on the I think the henchmen as well use these as well. Then these are like the threat tokens. So you can see I just had the first two just sitting in this well here, and then these sort of just lightly laid down here. nice and simple there. And then we've got this nice molded insert. So it all fits in nice and neatly, at least until you get your all the Kickstarter stretch goal boxes and things like that. Then you might have to start playing around with how you're going to store this stuff. But got a little spot here for the little bad guy tracker, and you can see like a little silvery sort of color there. We'll put that back in there. And then let's have a look at the locations. So this is, it's been a while since I've read the X-Men comics, so it looks like a Muir Mutant Research Center. Okay, so not many spots there on that one, fills up pretty quickly. Another hero in this or an adjacent location may draw one card. And these are not double-sided, but they do have the X-Men symbol there, so for easy reference later on if you're sort of mixing sets. I don't know if you can do that, but I guess you can. Now, Genosha or Genosha, I never knew in the comics how to say that, but got a bit more location space there. You may rescue one civilian from this location, okay, at the end of the turn. Interesting. We have the X-Jet. End of turn, you may move to any other location. That's pretty thematic, I guess, for the X-Jet. And Asteroid M. End of turn, you may deal 1 damage to a thug or henchman in any location. Okay, Weapon X facility. This one's kind of cool. You can discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to gain 2 punch tokens. Okay. Then we have the Sentinel Space Station. You may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to swap a card from your hand with one of your face-up cards in the storyline. You know, little guys trapped in the cells there. Oh, all about to be tortured by the Sentinels, I guess. And what have we got? Hangar Bay. End of your turn, you may gain 1 either movement or heroic or punch token. Apologies if I'm getting the names of these tokens wrong there. We have the Xavier or Xavier Institute for Higher Learning. End of turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. So you've got to have that in the X-Men, right? And there we go. So we've seen all of those. I think there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So 8 locations. Generally, you'll only use 6 in the any one particular game. So you've got a little bit of variety there. And I'm sure as you get to the expansions and that sort of stuff, if you've ordered those, that'll mix things up as well. But so that's the base locations. Put them down there. And then we have, let's have a look at this just quickly first. So the villain dashboard, this looks the same as the other one. Villain acts after every 2 hero cards instead of 3, I think it is normally. The villain is now vulnerable to damage, and each hero immediately draws 1 card. So that looks like that's unchanged from the original. And you have the different sort of objectives, I guess, you're going for along here, and as you complete them, you sort of start to unlock sort of easier things for the baddie here, and then you can at least try and take down the baddie, and then if you keep pushing it, you can get yourself a little bonus to try and sort of really bring home the bacon right at the end there. But yeah, pretty good. So that's pretty standard. So let's have a look at these bad guys now. So these are the backs of the bad guy cards, the villains. So let's have a look at these 2 first. These are your standard baddies. So these are the standard villains. So Juggernaut, he sort of dictates. I don't know if this was. Oh, this is super villain. Okay, so if you're playing in that super villain mode, this gives you some instructions about how to sort of, I guess, balance the game against having the Overlord type players. So heroes starting tokens, they get to start with those. Then Sabretooth, not only does he have a little instruction about that, but he also has a special setup. Assign the hunted token to the starting hero. They are the hunted hero, and I believe this is in effect in every game, not just the supervillain section, which is why this is a separate thing that says supervillain. So that's every game has this special setup with Sabretooth. Magneto, special setup as well. So replace the rescue civilians mission with the use Cerberus mission as well. So yeah, there's an extra, at least in the base game, there's at least one extra special mission, which is tied to Magneto if you use him, and you've got all of these things here. So he must be pretty nasty if the heroes get to start with all of this at the beginning of the game. And then Mystique, she also has special setup. Place the Senator Kelly token in the hero's starting location, and she's got her starting stuff there. All right, well, let's flip these over. And we have Mystique there, so you can see her starting health over here depending on the player count. You can see her special rules, overflow, villain's plot. Heroes lose if Senator Kelly takes any damage, so you're really trying to sort of protect him. Okay, Magneto, what's he up to? So you can see he's got his BAM effect there, and his villainous plot is heroes lose if at any moment there are no civilians at any location. Okay, so you're really trying to protect those guys. All right, villainous plot for Sabretooth. Heroes lose if the hunted token is given back to the starting hero. In a two-hero game, they only lose when that happens a second time. Okay, and I'm sure there's all this explanation here about the hunted token there as well. So if you pause that, and if this video is playing in good enough quality, I'm not sure how good my resolution is, but hopefully be able to read that too. And what have we got here? Juggernaut. So I wonder, I'm not sure who you're supposed to start with as like the basic villain. Like if this is like Marvel Champions and Juggernaut's like the first cab off the rank, or if you're supposed to start maybe with Sabretooth, I'm not sure. And Overflow, interesting. Doesn't seem to have a special lose condition, so I guess, unless I'm not reading that right. So, but you can lose if you sort of take enough damage or you run out of villain cards and that sort of thing. So, yeah, interesting. All right. Well, there you go. So those are the different villain sort of dashboard cards. All right. So should we have a look at the minis next, and then we'll have a look at the cards. So here we go. Speaking of minis, so we've got Juggernaut there, and from what I can tell, these feel and look like the same quality as you'd probably expect from the original game as well. One thing I'll say is the box, the actual texture of the box was a bit rougher than the original one. So there you go. That's the only difference I've really been able to spot. It's kind of cool. All right. I never thought when I was sort of growing up, never thought I'd be making videos and talking about the texture of how boxes feel. So there you go. That's how life turned out. And we've got Sabretooth there. Hopefully that gives you some detail. He's got some nice mutton chops there. He's pretty cool. All right, that's our two dyed-in-the-wool villains. Let's have a look at our other villains. These are sort of like your villains on every second day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe. So Mystique. Nice sort of purpley colour there. Very cool. All right. And the big guy. So he's a pretty impressive model. He's got all the girders and stuff flying around him, and he's got his cool helmet. His cape sort of flowing around him. Oh, look at that. He's even got little bits of metal and stuff floating on the cape. That's awesome. Yeah, sweet. All right. Magneto. All right, pop him down. Now, well, let's start with Beast. He's probably my favourite of the X-Men, I guess. Used to like him in the cartoon. Okay, and in the comics too. I've got to say, I was sort of only really read them. I think it was around. I'm not sure what comic book fans will probably tell me what the series was called or whatever. But when there was a big crossover and they were fighting against Strife. You had X-Factor and X-Men and X-Force and those guys all teaming up. I think Apocalypse was in it as well. But that was sort of my era of the X-Men, so I'm sure people who have got into X-Men since then will probably be able to tell me all sorts of cool storylines that have happened since then. But yeah, Beast, he was pretty cool. Hopefully he's still kicking around. Yeah, I like him. Who we got here? This is Jean Grey. Yeah, Jean Grey. Not sure what her... Did she have an actual sort of code name? Jean Grey just seems like... Not... not the coolest X-Men name. I think she had a name, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Anyway, she's got kind of a cool pose there. I don't know if that's like an explosion or like psychic power sort of coming off her feet there. Let's see. These are pretty easy to put back in the spot. Nice mold fittings. All the Scott Summers here. Cyclops. Goody Two Shoes guy. He's pretty cool though. Yeah, he's got a cool look to him, Cyclops. All right, now Professor X. He'll be interesting looking at his cards, I think. I've had a quick look at those and they look pretty good. Look at his hand there. Little hover chair. So these are really sort of tempting me to get back into painting as well. So good models. There's Storm sort of rising up on a cloud there. Flowing colour, that's kind of cool. Cloak's got a lot of cool movement to it there. Hopefully you can make out the detail here with me showing you these, and then arguably the coolest X-Man. I said Beast was my favourite, but I mean, I don't know. I think Wolverine's kind of just like he's in his own league. He's not, I mean, Beast is cool for an X-Man, but like Wolverine's he's just cool. He's just Logan, right? So I think he's is he standing on an explosion? Or is that like some sort of cactus? I think it's an explosion, but yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got a cool expression. Got his cool classic costume there. Nice. And as of course, there's a few variants of him, right, in the different expansions. So no matter what your favorite style of Wolverine, you've probably got it covered in this Kickstarter. There we go. All right, so we'll pop them down again, and then let's quickly. I mean, you've seen these. These are just your standard thugs and civilians. So that's a whole bunch more of them. And then in here you've got your sort of mission or the objective tokens or whatever they're called, threat tokens, or no, I don't know what they're called. But the things you put on the mission cards. This is that Senator Kelly token that Mystique uses, so that's kind of unique to her. Not sure, I'm guessing that's Hunted. That looks kind of like someone being targeted there, so that's probably Sabretooth's token. And then, I'm not sure about these ones. If these might be, I don't know if these are specific to supervillain, superhero mode, or if these are specific to a particular bad guy. I didn't notice these being talked about, but maybe you guys picked it up. But anyway, so some little time tokens there or something. And then I forget, were these stun tokens? What were these ones? Protection tokens. Oh yeah, that was these are in the original game as well, I think, but I can't remember what they do. You get a couple of those as well. So there you go. And let's check out the cards. So we'll start with. Let's have a look. So as you can see, these are all I've sleeved them all. So, but I guess it's good. You can see that they fit. Not only do they fit width-wise in the wells, but they fit depth-wise, which is great. So at least until you get all those extra components in the next next wave or whatever, you can keep all this stuff and still sleeve your cards. So these are the superhero cards that you can dole out to the hero players if you're playing the multi. Or I guess the one versus many mode, I think. I don't think these are in the regular game. I'll just sort of quickly. So, to the rescue, thwart the plan. You guys can pause these if you want to have a look. Shake it off. Oh, Taylor Swift, there you go. Wonder if they're giving her any royalties for that. Eye of the Hurricane. Get ready. Strategic Retreat. Taking you with me. Crowd Control, there you go. Okay. And then let's have a look. Any Taylor Swift songs with the supervillains? Let's check it out. Oops, so that's the supervillains. Saw that coming. Covert Operation. Now You See Me. Is that a song? Caught Alone. Flexible Plans. Terry in the Streets. Personal Nemesis. Nasty Sabotage. There you go. Beastie Boys. Of course, there's got to be another song there, right? Getting Stronger. Me Too. It's almost like a Daft Punk there. More Crisis. Misdirection. All right. So that's your 1v many mode. Let's have a look at these bad guys then. So we have Sabretooth, and he's got his threat cards as well. So who's he bringing? He's got Killing Spree. Oh man, he's a one note hero or villain, isn't he? No Place to Hide. So he's not bringing any henchmen. He's just I suppose that sort of suits his character, right? He was a bit of a lone, I'm going to say lone wolf, but I guess lone tiger. Sabretooth. There we go. And they're all, I mean, I probably don't need to show these ones up too close, right? Regenerative factor, that's kind of cool. All right, I mean, not if you're playing against him, right? That would suck, but that's the challenge, I guess. Let's check out Juggernaut. So, wonder if Juggernaut's bringing any friends. He seems like a loner as well. So, okay. Yep, no, he's just going on his lonesome. And there you go. So, seems to have a lot of moving around. I suppose that makes sense for Juggernaut, right? He's sort of all about momentum. That's cool. And what do we got here? So these are the challenges. So sort of like the different easy modes and stuff. So heroic challenge, hard challenge, moderate challenge, and I think they look the same from the previous game. So here are your different threats. So clear the threats. Yep, that's that basic one. Rescue the civilians, defeat the thugs, and this is that use Cerebro. I think I said Cerebro, but it's Cerebro, isn't it? Not a three-headed dog. All right. So yeah, it looks like you got to put a bunch of speed and heroic down on this one. So okay, changes things up again. Maybe sort of makes you sort of change your maybe your normal sort of patterns, or you might rely on some heroes that tend to do pretty well. Maybe with the punching, whatever. So this one, maybe you might be more tempted to use, heroes with a bit more variety of attack styles or whatever. So that was the last. The last of the villains. So let's have a look at these anti-heroes in villain form. So we've got Mystique. So she's bringing some friends. Avalanche. I wonder if Destiny. I thought it might be, those guys, the Wrecking Crew or whatever. I thought they might all be in this, but no. Okay. Avalanche. Destiny. Pyro. Okay. And Toad. What are these guys? Are these the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants? Is that what those guys are? And then, was that the Hellfire Club? I'm not sure. You can let me know in the comments. Metamorph. I know she's got some metamorphs in the in her hero version as well. So, I mean, of course, she's the same person, right? So, there we go. And the big guy, Magneto. Let's see how he's rolling. Magnetic force field. Okay, he's bringing Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Mastermind, and Blob. Nothing stops the blob. All right, so remember that old arcade game? That was awesome. So these, what's really cool about this as well is, and I don't know, see, I didn't get the, I'm still waiting on the all-in pledge for the Marvel stuff this time around, but what's really cool is once you do get all the things, even these little henchmen, you can kind of put the models out, because you'll have models for most of these guys, I think. So that's kind of cool. I don't know that the models will do that much, but like it just adds a bit more atmosphere to the game, I guess. And then here's his cards. Yep. What do we got here? Organic iron manipulation. Okay, you can see what that does there. Or can you? Let me make it closer there. Give each hero one... Oh, they're called crisis tokens. I think I called them threat tokens. There you go. All right. Excellent. And, all right, let's start with these guys. All right, we've got Storm. So let's check out her card breakdown. Here we go. So she's got Storm, Goddess of Weather. Relocate the heroes. Okay, that's kind of cool. So she's got a couple of those. And she's got, are they any of those starting ones? No. Atmokinesis, punching in any location. Okay. And she's got another one of those. So she can sort of move people around and also punch from a distance. That's pretty good. And let's have a look at her breakdown. So a couple of specials. Heroic and a punch. Speed and a punch. Heroic punch, punch. Okay, she seems a bit of movement there. That seems pretty well rounded, I'd say. All right. Everyone's favorite, Wolverine. Let's check him out. So he's got a couple of these starting cards too. So I think you're supposed to sort of search, if you play with him, you search through your deck and make sure you've got maybe at least one of these in your hand or something to start with. Or maybe both, who knows? Well, people who read the rules will know. Okay. Wolverine, healing factor. Adamantium claws. Okay, I'll just give you a bit of time to read that. There we go. Because this card is face up in the storyline. If you have less than 3 cards in hand at the end of the villain turn, you may draw a card. Oh, cool. Okay. Double punch. So this is one of his special cards. It's just extra sort of tokens and stuff, I guess. So double punch, double punch. Whoa, triple punch. Okay, yep. That's pretty cool. And then let's have a look at his basic sort of cards. Okay. I think does everyone have these in their decks? And then, like, depending on the challenge mode, you take these out, right? Is that the deal? Okay, seems pretty powerful. I was going to say not a lot of movement, but there's a bit of movement there. Okay. Yep. He seems pretty cool. Like the artwork, that's cool. So check out my underarms. All right. Now, Mystique. All right. Let's check her out. So Mystique. On the next villain turn, you may redirect any damage dealt to you to a henchman or, wow, okay, so you can like actually put the damage onto the bad guys. So henchman or a thug. That's pretty cool. And she's got a couple of those. That's starting. Both in her starting hand, so that's handy to have that up your sleeve. She also Spy Master. Next master plan card cannot add the civilians or thugs. Okay. To one of the 2 locations, so to your location and to one of the 2 adjacent locations. So one of them is going to cop it, but you can sort of choose which one that is. Okay. And she's got those, and then double punch, punch and hero. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Pretty cool. I like those special cards. And now let's check out Professor X. Keep knocking the camera here. Now look at this. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those special cards. Is that right? Yeah. Geez. Okay. Mind alteration. Okay, so we can turn the different baddies and things into goodies. Choose another hero. You can swap any number of cards. Wow. Give 2 punch tokens from the pool to another hero. You can give 2 heroic or whatever that's called. You may treat punch as thingy. There's a few characters that seem to have this intelligence as a theme sort of running through them. I'm not sure if that was in the Marvel one as well. You may treat the hero as special as well as wild. And he's got his wilds. And look at this, wheels. He's pretty speedy. He's got 1, 2, 3 movement cards, plus he's got movement here. Yeah, that's pretty good. He gets around in a little hover chair, so that's cool. Let's put that in there. And last stack. All right, so who we got? Got Magneto as a good guy. So he's got his intelligence thing. You can treat all symbols as wild. Wow, super genius. Okay, you can treat movement as wild. Just 3 punch, split as you like in your and adjacent locations. And he's got that again. Pretty cool. And there we go. Breakdown. Nice. So that seems pretty powerful, that deck. All right, Jean Grey. So, major telekinesis. So, what do we got here? So, heroic and punch split as you like across your and adjacent locations. Plus, she's got the movement there. Swap the previous hero card in the storyline with any other hero card in the storyline. Quite powerful. You could do some interesting combos there. Split as you like. So I think it's the same as the other one. Yeah, that's the same. And again, I think the same. So yep, but both of those seem pretty cool. And then she's got her super cards. And then got a bit of heroic, lots of movement and heroic with her. A bit of punch. Movement and punch. Yeah. They all seem pretty, they seem fairly balanced, don't they, all these guys? None of them seem like they were missing too much. Let's see, who's this? Cyclops. All right, so give 1 wild token. So he's got leadership, give that to another hero. He's got the same thing there. Punch to both, in both adjacent locations. So you're punching where you are, plus you're punching on either side of you. He's got that again as well. And then, wow. Oh, he's got a lot of heroic there. Not a ton of movement, but he's got some movement in here, doesn't he? Yeah, I don't know. But definitely a lot of heroic with old Cyclops there. And Beast. We saved him for last. All right. So we saved him for last, but I don't know if his powers are that exciting. There's been some really exciting ones there, but he just seems pretty well rounded. So there we go. I think I've got these the other way around with him. All right. So let's have a look at his break. Oh, look at that. Okay. So that's pretty versatile. He's got lots of movement. Yeah, a lot of movement there. He's even got movement in with these. So yeah, he's very maneuverable. You may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, so regenerating factor. You may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. And then genius intelligence. Upside down, upside down. This turn, you can treat wilds as thingy, and it's the same there. So similar to, I guess, Professor X's ability there, but without I think Professor X had a couple of different versions of that. So yeah, very cool. So that gives you an idea, folks, of what's in the box. So apologies, if you're looking for a pure unboxing where, they peel back the shrink and all that sort of stuff. But if you're just sort of looking for what's in here, hopefully that's giving you a good gander there. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was Marvel United X-Men, I think sort of hotly anticipated. So I was very excited to get it. And obviously, it'll be very exciting when all the rest of the stuff shows up as well. But hopefully this will tide us over until then. But yeah, really nice models. Looks like some cool powers. Looking forward to getting it to the table. Anyway, so hope you have a nice one. Hope you're keeping safe, and catch you on the next video. Thanks, guys. See ya.